Alright tubers, moving on to part 4 of the 1981 Honda XR restoration series. I have some finished parts here. They really turned out nice. I mean, that's awesome. Looks brand new. Rear brake pedal. I have the finished kick start lever here. And also, I got in the mail brand new NOS Honda rubber piece for the Kickstarter. We're going to be installing that. This is the rear brake stop arm and the skid plate. A couple things we're going to be doing in this video. One is the valve clearance. This is a points bike, so I'm going to check the contact points, the timing, and also the gap of the points itself per the manual specification, because something's not right with this. We have to get it running proper, and it could be jets, could be a combination of the valves, could be the timing's off or the points gap isn't set right. So in this video we're basically going to be getting this thing running. A few other parts I have on the way is the Honda tank decals. I ordered a brand new air filter element. I also have a 20-piece jet kit to see if that will help, because I don't know what size jets are in there now. I'm assuming they're stock, but I think they're stamped. I have to take the carb off again and take a peek at it. I also found a stock used chain guard because there's nothing on there. This is the shifter oil seal. Got that in the mail last week. Once I get all that done, I'm going to continue to pull parts off and blast and paint. We're going to be doing another repair on another part. This is the right side foot peg, so we're going to be heating this up and straightening it out because it's a little bent, as you can see. I'm also really excited to be testing out my new tripod. When you go to do your valve clearance, it's not mandatory, but if you take the spark plug out, it makes it a lot easier to turn it to get it to TDC, top dead center. Next thing you gotta do is remove the stator cover, because that's where we're going to be turning the stator to get the top dead center. The next two pieces to come off is the seat and the tank, because I need to access the rocker cover. 2 bolts fasten that on, but I'm going to take the ignition coil off because I just want it to be out of the way. Should be able to just give this a light tap. Like that. Nice and clean in there, and there's the reusable gasket. Per the manual, the intake and exhaust is going to be 0.02 of an inch gap. So when you go to do this, there's an arrow on the stator, so you're going to be turning this counterclockwise to get this to top dead center. And when you do, there's a T mark with a notch right there that says that you're at top dead center. There's also a line with an F for the fire mark, which that will have to do with the points. I'm actually going to use a wrench to turn this, but it should be fairly easy. Now you're going to align the T mark on the stator that I showed you with this index pointer over here. Now we are at top dead center on the rotor. However, up top there is no movement in the intake or the exhaust valve, so that means we're at top dead center on the exhaust stroke. We want to adjust the valves when we're at top dead center on the compression stroke. So to do that, you just go around one more full turn. So now we are dead nuts, top dead center on the compression stroke. So at this time we should have a little bit of movement, which we do, on both valves. So yeah, I definitely feel some movement. It feels very minimal, but I gotta go run out real quick and get some feeler gauges. I got my feeler gauges, 2/1000 thick is the valve clearance. So you're gonna wanna lift up on the rocker arm and slide this in there. It's actually perfect. You want a little bit of drag. A little bit of drag. Valves are in spec. They definitely do not need an adjustment. So we're going to move to the points gap. So the points are inside here. It might be a little difficult for you guys to see, but This says to turn the rotor counterclockwise and align the F mark with the indicator. And at this point, the points should start to open. Ours are completely closed. So it needs to be between 12 and 16 thousandths. So something tells me that's not right. We're gonna have to adjust that. So that screw right there, you have to loosen that, and there's a little notch that you can twist a flathead screwdriver to set the points gap. So I won't be able to do it on camera and hold all this shit, but I'll show you what it's like when it's done. I'm hoping adjusting that points gap is gonna make a difference. I mean, in my mind it has to, because that was a major adjustment. You might need to tweak it a little bit. But I want to start it and see how it runs, but obviously I have to get the kicker on there first. So I might as well put this rubber kicker on here and then install it. A little bit of lube might help. Boom. Alright, let's see what happens. So that was definitely the problem. The timing and the points gap was not set properly. And before, in the last video, it idled fine, but as soon as you got on the throttle, it got choked up and it died. And it wouldn't really rev out. Now, that's the shit. I'm gonna move on to fixing this foot peg. It's a little bit bent, and I'm hoping a little bit of heat and the vise will persuade it to get back into its original shape. Well, that worked. Definitely happy with that. Nice and straight again. Now we can go to blasting and painting. I went in on choosing a color for the stator cover, and it's tough just looking at the can when you're buying paint, but I don't like that. That looks like plastic. So I did a test. This is the paint we're gonna go with. It's more of like an aluminum than a gray. So we're gonna have to start over by blasting this. This is where I'm going to put all the finished parts while they're waiting to be installed. So they're going to be hanging here for a while so I get that frame all blasted up and the motor all painted. Yeah. So now that the bike runs good and the gas tank doesn't leak and it's tuned pretty damn good, I mean you heard it earlier, I think it's time to really break the whole thing down and start refinishing everything. Something really cool that I noticed I didn't expect. The rear hub is actually a cush drive. How cool is that? Alright tubers, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for part 5, where I'm going to be completely tearing this thing apart, doing the gas tank repair, taking out a lot of those dents, and just continuing on here. So, thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one.